Hello, hello. Whiskey Cactus here. We are back with Trails in the Sky first chapter. Doing more trails. I live trails. That's all I do. I am just living trails. That my entire life from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep is work. Yeah, a little bit of Zelda, a little bit of shiny hunting, and then fucking trails. It's just trails. It's either Trails in the Sky or Trails of Cold Steel 3, and it's not old yet. People say you need a break between games because you can get burned out, and those people don't know Whiskey Cactus, because Whiskey Cactus doesn't get burnt out on games. Well, doesn't get burnt out on series. I'll put it that way. We're in Zeiss. Hello. Welcome. We're in Zeiss, and Zeiss has fucking awesome music. If you didn't know that about Zeiss, it has the best music, some of the best music in the game. It's not the best music in the game. The best music in the game is that track from, I think it was the last stream, when Agate was battling that Jaeger guy. That's the best track in the game. And it's not close. Okay, well, we've got a temp librarian. I am seeking interim librarian. That is Constance. We know who Constance is. She is in the factory building. This, I think, spawns a bunch of hidden quests, actually. Trap Plains monster. Ferocious monster known as the Chronocider. Fucking Chronocider. It's been spotted roving the Trap Plains. Okay. What's going on up here? Literally nothing. Okay. I want to see... that's not the way I want to go. It is the way I want to go, actually, but I want to go this way first, because I want to go over here, and I want to go over here, and I want to see if there's anybody in this building. Who's here? Anybody here? Russell home? Anybody here? There's a little stuffed bunny. Knock, knock. Professor Russell, ... Looks like the problems, This gentleman seems a bit preoccupied. Let's not disturb him. No, he deserves to be disturbed. It's fine. We can disturb him. Let me disturb him, Joshua. Such a fucking buzzkill. I bet you Joshua is the one who reminds the teacher that there was a test. That there was supposed to be a test. It's fucking Joshua. And then Estelle goes and shoves him in a locker. Okay, well, there's a whole bunch of people here in Zeiss. And this is a weapon shop. And I want a weapon shop at the weapon shop. Because I want some new weapons. Because if we're going to be killing some new monsters... Man, my skull daggers are already outclassed. That's lame. That's so lame. And look at this. What could this be indicative of? I kind of wonder if perhaps we might be getting a new party member. Alright, that's good. Let's equip all our new shit. So I'm playing in Cold Steel 3 in my off time, and holy shit, man. Holy shit, man. I was expecting... So, here's the thing. I've known going in, right? I know going in that it's considered like Avengers Endgame, right? We're talking Cold Steel 3 and 4 are like Infinity War and Endgame. That is what I was told forever ago. Like when I was doing research on what these games even were. That's what the only thing I knew about it was that Cold Steel 3 and 4 are Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. And it's the same deal, like, if you haven't been following the MCU, you're not gonna know what the fuck's going on in those movies. Same deal. If you haven't been playing this shit, you're not gonna know what the fuck's going on in Cold Steel 3 and 4. And yes, correct. Absolutely. I can tell you that. Can I go to Trap Plains? Or is it gonna tell me, you gotta go to TCF and check Director Murdoch? probably what it's gonna do. It's probably gonna do that. That's a hotel. Is this trap planes? It is. It's not gonna do that. Look at that. It's let me out here, so I did a dumbass impersonation for nothing. That's embarrassing. Alright, there's a trap planes monster out here, and I would like to destroy it. Is this a creepy sheepy? It's a creepy sheepy. Yeah, so, as someone who has played every game in order into Cold Steel 3, yes, correct. You would have a very hard time understanding what the fuck is going on if you're unfamiliar, especially with the Sky Trilogy. Especially with Second Chapter. Second Chapter particularly. That's the one that they're really building on in this one. I mean, yeah, there's crossbell stuff, but you can kind of get the crossbell stuff from Cold Steel 1 and 2 to a degree. I mean, there's not like you need to play those also, but like you can osmosis enough of it to not be totally lost. East is Wolf Fort, north is Zeiss. That makes a lot more sense now. Elmo Village. Alright. I don't know where the Trap Plains monster is. So I guess we're just gonna roam around until we find it. Is it this? No, this is just an enemy. But dude, like, Chapter 1 of Cold Steel 3 has you on the border to Liberal, and immediately you're just like, oh, this is how we're approaching this game. Okay. It's literally just gonna be a parade of, hey, remember these people, remember this thing, remember this reference. It's great. It's fucking great. I live for that shit. You have found the missing link. I have I? I feel like I haven't, though. And then Chapter 2 is just like, hey, yeah, remember the cool stuff from the Sky Trilogy? Well, guess what? Now we're gonna talk about the Zero and Azure duology. And we're gonna give you a shitload of references to those games now. And now I'm in Chapter 3, and I'm like, now what? Because this is kind of crazy. And they're just unleashing is what they're doing, and it's great. I love it. But also, I have no idea where the fuck this story is gonna go. It's crazy. It's so big. What is this? Is this Cornelia Tower? I feel like I'm not quite ready for Cornelia Tower. I feel like I want to have another party member first. Isn't Agate supposed to be here? At the very least, we know there is a small child with an orbital cannon, who I feel like probably should not have an orbital cannon because she is a small child. And that feels like irresponsible parenting. This is definitely a monster chest. That is the biggest schmuck bait I've ever seen in my life. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, Rhinocider. Oh, there's 4 of them. Oh. Okay. Well. Yes. I apologize for, invading your territory, I suppose. And we can take one of them out. It's not a Rhinocider, it's a Chronocider. Okay. Okay, this is bad. This is not good situation. This is very bad situation. This is situation I do not like. Okay, then. Which one has taken damage? This one. Alright, oh, you're doing no damage. They keep defensing up. That's bad. Alright, we can probably try to use, like, Hellgate and shit. Or Shadow Spear or something, because they resist regular, arts, but they don't necessarily resist higher elements. How about a White Gehenna? Can we just drop a White Gehenna just right here in the middle of you guys? I'm down. We're gonna play, or just run that back, right? We're gonna go ahead and Tira, Joshua, and then we're gonna run it back, is what we're gonna do. just do it again. And now we're gonna Tira Estelle. And this is how we defeat these Rhinociders. Goodbye. You can keep defense buffing, but when I White Gehenna you, it's not gonna matter. We're talking art defense now. And I will Shadow Spear. That does nothing, man. That does fucking nothing. How about Soul Blur, because it's way less expensive. And then we'll have you Shadow Spear. You thought. You fucking thought. You were not prepared for me to handle that. I was not prepared for me to handle that. Alright, Trap Plains Red Monster is defeated. Alright. That's great. So yeah, Cold Steel 3. It's kind of wild. It's kind of fucking wild. I don't really know. I don't know. Man, I don't know. The story's getting so big. And then somehow, like, 4 is gonna, like, make it even bigger, right? Of course. And then there's Reverie. And what the fuck even is Trails into Reverie? Like, how does it somehow even get big? I don't even know who the main characters of that game are, because that's like... That's like everybody's here. Like, already everybody's here with Cold Steel 3 and 4. And then Reverie is like, oh, and even these guys are also here. And you're just like, I didn't even remember those guys existed. But they're also here. Nuts. We'll stream it eventually. I don't know. It's gonna take years, probably. I think we're cooking through this game, though. I mean, it's interesting, because I don't think the games are as long as they seem. That is monsters. Okay, I should have... That was schmuck bait, too. I shouldn't have seen that coming. Oh my god, that's a thick-ass monster. Alright, let's aerial. Just for AoE purposes. Yeah, everybody get in the circle. Everybody get in the circle. Alright, let's get rid of the leader. Good. They can start, I mean, if you guys want to flee, that's not, I mean, I'm not gonna have a problem with that. There we go.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Nicely done. I think we can handle that other chest. Chest is, you guessed it, empty. Well, fuck, I didn't even see you. You blended in so well. But yeah, so like, because this game, we're cooking through it. It's good. This is not one of the longer ones. I mean, they're all long. All of them are long. But this one is one of the shorter ones, for sure. Where am I? I'm back here. This is where the chest is? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Same guys. Okay. That's fine. We know this is fine. They're gonna move into one of those. Rude. See, this is why we use White Gehenna, because it's fucking broken. No. Well, we could, you know what, we could Soul Blur. Let's Soul Blur. Goodbye. Yeah, Soul Blur ain't gonna cut it. We'll White Gehenna again. It's fine. We'll heal up. It'll not be a problem. I'm not worried. Goodbye. Piece of cake. And we got a black bangle. Feels so empty inside. It's because I have taken your contents. I believe that Sky Second Chapter is the longest game of the series that I've played anyway. Although I feel like Cold Steel 3 is going to be up there. Oh my god, Sky Second Chapter. Now again, when I hold down this accelerate button, I think the in-game timer goes faster. So I don't think this is totally accurate, but my original playthrough of Sky Second Chapter clocked in at 100 plus hours. I feel like that is not exactly how long it took. I think that's a higher number than it actually is, but I think it's one of the longest in the series. And the thing you have to understand about these games, too, is, like, the first game is very often a setup for the second game. And that is true in the case of Sky First Chapter and Sky Second Chapter. It's true in the case of Zero and Azure. It's true in the case of Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2. Now, I don't know about 3 and 4, but I have a feeling it's going to be a similar situation. And then Sky the Third just is kind of tacked on at the end. So many of these dudes. But, so in that sense, the first of the two tends to be kind of, like, smaller in scope. Oh man, alright. And then the second one tends to be this big payoff. Which is a very interesting dynamic. And that's why the second game in the series, the second game of the two is usually bigger, a lot bigger. Stop healing. But all that to say, these games are going to take a long time to play through. And so I'm not under the, I'm not assuming that we're going to get to these other games anytime soon. It's going to take a while. Because I'm not going to play them back to back either, right? We're going to do them intermixed with other games. But we'll get there. Eventually. Maybe. Oh, so very empty. Oh my god, stop here. Popping up out of nowhere, man. I'm just trying to explore. It's really hard to... Oh my god. I am so happy that that's not a thing anymore. It's hard to explore when there's no... There's a mini-map up in the corner, but that's not sufficient. Found the missing link. You used that one already, man. What are you doing? Where's this go? Where even am I? Wolf Fort. Okay. There's the Calvard border. Well, I guess time to relieve Private Brahm. What you got? Something that I don't have the recipe for, but I do have in my possession. Rotini pasta. Let's go ahead and learn that while we're here. Rotini pasta. There it is. There it is. Learned the recipe. Let's go ahead and rest. How expensive could it possibly be? 80 bucks? Fine. Fine. let's do a save, because we did a bunch of things. We just did a bunch of things. Anything interesting in here? Anybody to talk to? Anything interesting? Anybody gonna give me a book? Talk to me about the Calvard border. Oh, he's asleep. That's why the other guy's supposed to go relieve you, but he's waiting for you to tell him to come out, and you're asleep. So you're gonna be working for a while. Greetings, Professor. Chickens. I know somebody here gives me a book. I just don't know when or who. Actually, I don't even know if somebody here gives me a book. I'm just assuming. Liberals, like a stone's throw away, right? Practically in Zeiss's front door. Okay. Yep. The only one who cares about anything around here. Kids these days, am I right? Fucking kids these fucking days. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Alright. Yeah, somebody here does give me a book. Which I know because I consulted my head. I consulted my brain. And my brain told me. I did not just look at a guide. Because I would never do that. I would never do that. Jack and Squat. You're Henning. None of you people are the person that gives me the book, though. But, it's not yet. And it's because I remember. Keep an eye on. Yeah, Calvard's kind of an ally. Quasi-ally. I feel like Calvard is allied with Liberl, much in the sense that, like, it's an enemy of my enemy. Right? Situation. We are very at odds with Erebonia, and Calvard is way more at odds with Erebonia. So, Calvard likes us, because they're like, hey, you got our back, right? And we're like, I don't know, you got our back? Like, yeah, we got your back. Don't you worry. Okay, I guess we're cool then. That's what it's like. It's kind of like that. Problem is, Calvard. I don't know, man. Calvard seems a bit unsavory also. Just not as overtly. They're all bad, except Liberl. Liberl is great. Because it's where we're from. And therefore we are blinded to any faults of Liberl. Because it is our place. Where is this place now? This is a new place. Have I even been to this place? I have. I've opened a treasure chest here. Where the fuck am I? I am so lost. I'm kind of kidding, and I'm kind of actually not kidding. This is just a dead-end area. Okay. Got you. Got you. This is a place where we're going to have to remember to come back to, I feel like. This is why I like to keep my map always pointing up. Because if you start turning the map around, it's so easy to get, like, turned around. So easy. Where are we going now? This way is going to take us back to Wolf Fort. This is just more big open area. Alright. This is how I wanted the stream to go tonight. That's for sure. Just wandering Trat Plains. So, Elmo Village is down here. Elmo Village is a place we're going to want to go to. I wasn't even looking. I'm not going to lie, I was not even looking. Elmo Village is a place we're going to want to go to. I already opened that. Because there's quests are going to take us there. And also they have hot springs. They're a resort village. So, Elmo Village is pretty cool. Pretty tight. Like that place a lot. I think we've explored the whole place now. I'm pretty sure we've covered it all. It's gonna take us back to Zeiss. Thank fucking God. Alright. Swell. Can I turn in this quest? There we go. Trap Plains monster. Woohoo. I sure did, Kilika. Alright, so now what we have to do is we have to go to the ZCF on the second floor, and this is, we gotta go find, Murdoch. So, we gotta go up here. Now, I am gonna do the quest first, because that's what I do. I do that. I'm annoying like that. We do all the side quests first before we advance the story, or else you will regret it. Hello, Constance. You want me to get you a book? Hee hee. Ready for work. Let's get started. It's about hiring the temp librarian. And that's gonna be us. We're gonna be the temp librarian. Consider it a favor. What kind of matter are you referring to? The archives loaned out some books to various Central Factory departments. Sometimes they keep them past the due date and don't pay the fees. Let's get the books back. Where are we going? Let's see. They should be the 3rd floor design room and the 4th floor lab and clinic. 3rd floor design room, 4th floor lab and clinic. Got it. Okay. Let's fucking go. Let's get some books. Some people are holding on to their goddamn library books, and we are here to put a stop to such evil. They don't even pay the fees. You seen any library books? You're Murdoch, I think. No, you're not Murdoch. You're not Murdoch. No, you're not. I know you're not. This is the design room. Alright, there it is. Found it. Now, of course, because this game is this game, we can read these books. At least I'm assuming we can. So we should find it in here somewhere. There it is. Let's take a look. Septium Optic Annals, published by the Zeiss Central Factory. General Theory. Current state of orbital technology research. Particulars. Research pertaining to orbital energy attributes on a quartz interface. R&D for high-output orbital guns which utilize zero-defect crystals. Statistical predictions of precipitation defects due to interference field formation. Relative cascade geometry and propulsion efficiency under low orbital energy conditions. Mechanical calculation acceleration through the use of orbital energy storing cycloidal gears within a tourbillon. You get all that? It's going to be on the test later. General Theory, the current state of orbital technology research. During these 50 years since the orbital revolution, Central Factory has striven in the reform of orbital technology by working out a number of applicable methods for its use. Currently, the research findings of this same factory have been utilized in all facets of society and have greatly contributed to the development of industry. However, on the flip side of all these remarkable achievements, the field of basic research has been disregarded as a thing of naught. What is orbital energy, and what are the fundamental operating principles of an orbment? Now, in an age where social appraisal of technological research has become an unchallenged part of life, it leaves us to beg the question of whether or not we should return to basics. I understood all of that. I don't know about you, but that's very easy to understand. I mean, you have to be a dummy to, you know. All right, going to the clinic. Going to the lab. There should be a book here. I spy a book. Got Tomorrow's Cooking. Where I saw it. There it is. Tomorrow's Cooking. Here we go. Cooking as a Science, recipes for the new millennium. Today I will be introducing one of my newest cooking recipes specifically for those readers of this book. And that recipe is none other than, drumroll please, can you guess what it is? It's bouillabaisse. Yes, that's right. This delectable dish of unobtrusive monster bits is one that everyone can enjoy. Follow my groundbreaking recipe, and that monster corpse you've been dragging around will taste simply divine. Now whip out your sword and let's get started. 2 juicy bones, 2 fish fillets, 1 crisp onion, red pepper, add to taste, clear gelatin, add to taste. Directions: wash juicy bones thoroughly with water. If you are still bothered by the scent, then try boiling them, or if all else fails, ram a clove of garlic deep into each nostril. That is a way to do it. Finally chop crisp onion, chop juicy bones, and fish fillets into edible-sized pieces. Lightly rinse clear gelatin in water after unraveling it. So saute ingredients in a heated frying pan. After fish fillet has been lightly cooked, add water or soup and simmer until liquid has half evaporated. Lastly, add clear gelatin and bring to a boil. Remove from heat and wait for thickening. After clear gelatin thickens, cut it into edible-sized pieces. Your bouillabaisse is now ready. You may eat it as is, or heating it with a little flashy orbital magic makes for a great dinner show. Asterisk. This dish is great for lunchboxes and scaring small children. It's a good book. Clinic. You got books? I'm looking for books. I spy a book. Kitty Talk for Dummies. Things to be aware of when speaking in feline. Pronunciation of the feline language has distinct characteristics depending on the region and may differ slightly from the following information. This could be considered comparable to dialects in the human tongue. In addition, since the number of elongated vowel sounds indicated by the tilde character are intimately related to a cat's personality and emotional state, there is quite a broad range of variation. That being said, I have attempted to compile a list of the most common expressions. Specific examples. See, here's the thing. You know there's going to be a cat, and you know they're going to say stuff, and you can translate it with this. You know that, right? I'm not reading these. But you know there's going to be a side quest where you're going to have to understand a cat, right? You know that? Problem is, we don't get to keep the book, so. Got your books. All 3 books. Boop, boop, boop. We have all the books again. Thank you for your assistance. There's no big deal. We didn't have any issues. It's good to hear. In that case, perhaps I should go ahead and ask you for help with my favorite type of work. What kind of work is it? We need some overdue materials returned. The book in question is called The Herb Woodpecker. Where was it last seen? Herb Woodpecker. So that's a book on birds. As a matter of fact, take a look at this. Approach the man of stone standing in silence within the mountain village pond, and ye shall receive. Okay. What the heck is it? It was written on a card that was taken from the book. Oh dear. Might we have run into another case of Phantom Thief B? Yeah? Evidently so. Yeah, bizarre customs. Oh, okay, well, alright. Hold on a second. Is this the only lead we have? Okay, well, then I guess we'll just have to figure it out. That's just awesome. Alright, well, we know we have to go... Hold on. Hold on. Alright, so the Temp Librarian's done. But the Temp Librarian Plus... Approach the Man of Stone standing in silence within the Mountain Village Pond. So the Mountain Village Pond, I mentioned earlier. Elmo Village. Which is a hot spring town. So we're going there. We're gonna go there. So that's out Trat Plains. Shouldn't be too hard to get to. I think we just follow the path here and we should be good. This is Elma Village. South. Okay, that's this way. Let me do a save before we go into Elma Village. Let me just do a save. In case something starts and I don't want to... No, this isn't Elma Village. This is more Trat Plains that we have yet to explore. Lovely. What you got for me? Wouldn't be empty if you hadn't already looted it, now would it? Yes, but, you see, this is the point of treasure chests. What's over here? There's more shit. That's Elma Village. Okay, hold on. Then what's over here? Other than all these enemies. Oh my god.
That's that then.
That is that then. Yeah, I figured. Oh my god, that's a lot. That is so many. That is just so many. Yeah, they're all gonna come tumbling on in, aren't they? Come on in. Come on in. Come on, get closer. Get closer. Next. They do so much fucking damage. It's ridiculous. Let's just drop another White Gehenna. Nice. Nice. Got a hit 3. That's not bad. You must be awfully optimistic if you think more treasure's gonna appear in this chest. I mean, you never know. You just never know. How can you be sure if you don't check? It's empty. Diabolical. I don't know if diabolical is the word I would use, but hey. You do you, boo. Okay, enough. Enough, man. Enough. What if I just drop a White Gehenna on you right now? And then we, oh, he's not casting magic anymore. I don't like that. And we're not healing him anymore either. I don't like this. This feels bad.
Not now.
This feels bad. This does not feel good. Let's use a Celestial Bomb.
We're good to go.
Okay. I need an S-Break that hits fucking everybody. This is not acceptable, man. Shit. Okay, the good thing is he's stunned. So,
All right, we're good to go.
we got out of that. We managed to get out of that. That was terrible. Okay. Orbment. Arts. There we go. Okay, now we save. We're gonna do that save. Okay. Now we're going to Elma Village. No more dicking around. Fuck. Elma Village. We're here for a book. I am here to scoop a book. Oh, I'm also here to learn recipes. What you got? What do you got? You don't have recipes. You just have fluffy spring eggs, which I don't have the recipe for, but I do have in my inventory. So, we're gonna learn that. This is a good place to buy some ingredients, though, if I ever feel like cooking, which I probably never will. Fluffy spring egg. There we go. Sweet. We've got small children. Heh, nice. Little date vacation to the hot springs. It's new people. Wow, they're young, or maybe they just look young but are really old. Whoever there is one major hottie. Damn. Alright, so we need to go to where the hot spring is, which I believe is going to be through the inn. Maple Leaf Inn. So, if we do a little scoot around here. And then can we... No, there's a way around. There's a way around. I know there's a way around. You got food for me? No, okay. You probably have food for me, though. I already had that recipe. We've got fruity milk, but I have that in my inventory. It's in here somewhere. I got fruity milk. Where's the fruity milk? There's the fruity milk. There we go. We're getting all the recipes. Probably not. Alright, so there is a way. I know there's a way. Is it? Oh, that... can I sneak? No. I know there's a way to get under it. Here. And then sneak on through here. So where do I get to? I got it. I know there's a way. There's a fucking way. There's a fucking way. Alright. Hold up. Is there not like a little... Oh, here we go. It's not even sneaky. It's just here. There you go. Found it. Alright. Let's read this book. Let's read this dumb book. It's got 9 pages. You kidding? The Herb Scenic Route is a road lined with beautiful groves of slender trees on each side of its cobbled path. A notable sight frequent... I don't care. I don't care. I actually don't care. I legit don't care. Okay. Back to Zeiss. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly right. All the way back to Zeiss. That's exactly right. This is why these games are 60 hours plus. Okay. Alright, we're following the path, and 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 we're not getting into any encounters on the path. We're not going to run into any little green shits, and any snake things, and any... None. None of it. That's Wolffort. We're going this way. We're going to Zeiss. It's not a long walk. While I'm here, I'm going to turn in the one librarian quest. Alright, now we're gonna go deliver this next one, and there's more. Don't you worry. If you thought we were done collecting books, oh boy. Oh boy. You do realize, I don't know if we've realized yet, that we are in fact the temp librarians, but we sure are. They're getting us for free. Found the fucking book. Alright. That takes care of that one. It's gonna be a wild goose chase. Well, you clearly don't know the genius of Estelle and Joshua. I can leave the rest of the work in your hands. The rest of the work, you say? The rest of the work. There's more. Traditionally, the researchers would hide 3 books. You did not tell me. It's most definitely the first I've heard of it. Huh, how odd. I am already aboard the ship, I suppose. Okay, well, let's get the next clue. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. It's just like back in Ruin. It sure is. Has no words. Great. Proof is in the pudding. See for yourself. See, the thing is, we've done exploratories, so we actually kind of know where that is. At least I think I do. You gotta be kidding. No comments or anything. Hertz's adventure second. 2. Aye. Alright. I'd much rather do that. Alright, I think I know where it is. I'm pretty sure. And if not, then we can do Google. Because that doesn't sound like something I want to try to figure out on my own. But I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Because we found something that looked like that while we were out on the Trat Plains. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this just a dead-end area? And it was. Don't you remember that? That was like 20 minutes ago or something. It was out the Wolf Fort direction. That's correct. No! Oh my god, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I need a Holy Bottle or a Repel. Pick your franchise. I don't know why Tails and Pokemon are the only 2 options there, but that's all I could think of on short notice. This is not the way. I want to go up this way? No, we are up. Are we? Wait. Where the fuck am I? I'm lost. Alright, hold on. We're going back. I was absolutely stuck there. That's super cool. I hope I'm not still stuck. I am not still stuck there. Oh my god, okay. Alright. It is this way. It's definitely this way. Now there are 2 paths. There's one, like, super high up, and there's one super low down. The one that is super high up is the one that I want, I believe. Damn it! God, I cannot wait till we get... I mean, look, I love the Sky games. I love them. Sky Second Chapter is my favorite of the entire series so far. However... there is nothing better than when Trails from Zero was like, hey, do you want to set it so that only the leader can touch enemies and trigger an encounter? And I'm just like, abso-fucking-lutely. Show me this book. This is a stupid book. It's 11 pages. I am so not reading this. No chance. No chance. Alright, back to Zeiss. Found your dumb book. I found your dumb book. Ow. Look how productive I'm being. Look how productive I'm being. I just got here and I'm already finishing like 3 fucking quests. Okay? I better get a promotion. Here's your fucking book. I sure did. Leaves us with just one left. Are you sure? For real, though? "31 cypress trees." Ah, you 3-1 cypress trees. Okay. So, nestled atop this grassy hill. Afflictions of far-off lands draw nigh unto me like wine barrels, tumbling lightly down a soft incline as I drift into the reverie. Interesting word choice. Enveloped within the resonance of the tolling bell. Alright. So, third floor. 3FL, right? Third floor. Barrel. But I don't know what the N, the U, and the E and the B are. And the GH. And the N. Alright, well, we got third floor. We know third floor barrel. So I'm gonna start with third floor barrel. Maybe the other things aren't really that relevant. I don't know where there's a third floor barrel, but I know there's a third floor here, so we're gonna start with that. We'll find a barrel. Is there a barrel? Barrels? There's barrels. This is a barrel. There's a barrel. Barrels. Anybody got barrels in here? Alright, well, that didn't work. 3FL. I mean, we're starting with 3FL, right? So that is clearly third floor. We know that. So but what is GH NUEB and R, possibly R? Or is that just not anything? Alright, well, maybe it's not here. Maybe it's not in Zeiss Central Factory. Wolf Fort. Wolf Fort didn't have 3 floors. Is there any other... It's not... I don't think it's going to be in the Saffron Tower. It could be, but I don't think it is going to be. We also have Leiston Fortress, right? And Erletten. We could... And there's also the Gate to Gransel. Alright, we could try... It's not going to be Erletten, because that doesn't have 3 floors, and that's also... We're in a cave. Wolf Fort doesn't have 3 floors. So there's Leiston Fortress and the other gate. We could try that. That's out the other road, which I believe is that out this way? No, that's Leightonport. It's down here. It's over here. Out this way. Let's try this. So, Ritter Roadway. So we've got... this is a little bit more constricted and less big, wide open, which I very much appreciate. Let's see if we can check these other fortresses. This is Sanctime Gate, and this is Fort Leiston. Let's just try this one first. And if it's not here, then we'll try the other one. And if it's not any of those places, then I might have to do the Googles. These all look like the same enemies we've already fought, so I'm not going to bother fighting. So I think we've fought all of these enemies. Sanctime Gate. Hello. Gundalf. Oh well. There's been a lot of monster killing requests coming in for me. Oh, he's a bracer. Okay. Cool. You're a bracer. How's it going, Mystery Synergy? Welcome. Let's see. Does this place have 3 floors? That is the important question. I don't know. We've got small children. We probably have some food I can purchase. Do you have food? No, you're just the you're the inn. We've got stairs. I don't want to talk. You're actually the inn. Is there no kitchen? Here's the kitchen. Here we go. What do you got? We got pot o' meat. Let's see if I have the recipe for that. It's been relaxing playing Wild Arms Alter Code F. That's interesting. I've never played a Wild Arms game. I've heard good things about them for years, but I don't think I've ever played one. Oh, we got barrels, but this is the 2nd floor, so let's see if there's a 3rd floor with barrels. Armand is on his way to Gransel. Decided to invite his girlfriend to the Herb Scenic route here. Uh-huh. Very good. You guys don't happen to know if there's a book in a 3rd floor barrel here, do you? It's pretty fun, has some outdated design aspects. Yeah, I know it's fairly... it's an old series. Oh, this has to be the place. It's gotta be here. It's gotta be here. Oh, there it is. Well, that's good. That means we don't have to go to, Lyston Fortress. There's a card stuck in the book, and something's written on it. You have done well, though I know you not. I salute you for coming so far. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a quartz researcher, and the criminal who hid the 3 books. Criminal, you say? I have used the riddles as a way to find someone intelligent to whom I could entrust my work, and you lived up to my hopes and expectations remarkably. Consider the enclosed quartz your reward. Take care when examining it. Thank you for all your time. I truly hope that my quartz will prove useful to you. P.S. If you have found this package by sheer chance, how embarrassing, and lucky you. Please return it to the 2nd floor archives of the Central Factory. It's all one big practical joke. It sure was. You got impede through. Jesus Christ, okay. Yikes. Somebody's getting that. Who's getting that? Estelle, probably. Yeah, because she has impede 2. Well, guess what? She's about to get impede 3. We're gonna extra impede. What is that, like a 80% success? Okay, they have changed things. They have changed things over. I'm so used to, like, I have forgotten how, like, potent these quartz are in these older games. Like, I'm used to now with Cold Steel 3, like, level 3 does, like, 20% effective rates and stuff. The margins are so much smaller. Like, you could really create some shit here. Oh, hello. Came back, I knew you would. Well, yeah. Trying to get the achievement. Although I think I've already missed some treasure chests, so I probably won't get the achievement. Alright. Let's get back to Zeiss. Turn in the quest. It's more character built. Yeah, I know a lot of old RPGs, and honestly, I don't necessarily mind it. A lot of old RPGs are very story-driven and very simplistic when it comes to, like, gameplay mechanics. Which, I mean, that's a very old-school way to build a game. I would definitely say like that's a similar case for especially early Trails. And I've absolutely loved that. But it's something it's kind of been on my radar, Wild Arms, but it's not something I've really looked much into. I probably will. Oh, the quartz system. Oh yeah, sure. Estelle's interesting because she is so versatile. But yeah, each of the characters does have a specific kind of predetermination in terms of like elements and line setup. But I have noticed that it is very, even still, despite that, it's still very customizable. I love how it is like that. Absolutely, that's the build I've done for her as well. It just fits. I mean, obviously Chloe is unmatched, but Estelle, especially considering she's a permanent party member, I find that having her as a pretty reliable healer has been quite good. Alright, are we finally done with the books? I think we might be. Sweet. Now, we were here to do something, which I believe was like, advance the story. And then I got sucked into, being a book cop. So where's Murdoch? Is he up here? You're not Murdoch, right? No, you're Carl. You're Carl, that's right. Murdoch, I think, is he on the 4th floor? Mostly use arts in the Sky games, they dealt the most damage. Yeah, it's weird. I find in the Sky games, yeah, the arts to me, seem a lot more potent. Makes a difference in the harder difficulty, yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll try it, I don't know. I'm very much a normal difficulty player. But I do find that a lot of times, especially in the Crossbell games I started, mostly just attacking a lot, just straight attacking. But especially in Sky, I've found that the arts just seem to hit way harder. Where the fuck am I going? Where am I going? I need to speak with the fact... Oh, do I have to, like, talk to the people at the front desk or something? I bet I do. That's probably what it is. Yeah. I was the ones here with Tita. We'd like to talk to Murdoch. Steel Arc is quite easy even on Nightmare. It got to the point where people made difficult. Oh, right. Well, yeah. I could see that. I'm not one to necessarily, like, try to... Well, also, first of all, I'm playing through them for the first time. So, I'm sure on repeated playthroughs it'd be a little bit of a different story, but... I'm not one to necessarily try to min-max. So, like, I'm not sitting there trying to find the absolute best combination of quartz and stuff. But I can imagine that with the absolute best combination of quartz, you could probably roll over enemies. That doesn't surprise me. Considering how many quartz and how many, like, extra effects and stuff there are by the time you get to the Cold Steel games. Second floor. Alright, let's not keep him waiting. In we go. Hey, dude. Been waiting for you too, Estelle and Joshua, right? We are here. Bracer Guild and Cassius in particular have done a great deal for me in the past. Be rude of me not to welcome his children. Huh? You know Dad? I thought he was just a middle-aged, dopey man. Guess you might say that. He was my benefactor. It's no exaggeration to say that the Central Factory produces the finest ordnance in the land. Naturally, the confrontations over our craft have never really stopped. Cold Steel made me go into mid-maxing. Cold Steel 4 took me over 100. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't think I'm not built that way, man. I can't grind. I can't. I can. I just don't prefer it if I don't have to. And one thing I've found with most of these games is that they're just not. They aren't grindy, which has been really nice. But I can imagine, especially on harder difficulties, where I mean, clearly level grinding is not a thing because the experience curve falls off real fast. So it's got to be maxing out quartz and lines and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure there's a lot of fun in that if you're the kind of gamer who likes that kind of stuff, and I can appreciate that, but I don't think that's something I can get into. Hence, normal. We've got a black orbment, and we want to know what the deal is with it. Mr. Murdoch, do you have any idea what this is? Please tell me. It's obviously made from modern materials, but the caliber isn't inscribed anywhere. Caliber. Don't know what that means. Almost unheard of for an orbment to be produced without them. Oh, I see. Not just in Liberl either. Most other nations on the continent are the same way. The tradition dating back to when the orbments were first invented 50 years ago. Okay. Yep, you're right. There are numbers. Alright, well that means it wasn't mass-produced then. I do the Trails games on hard difficulty, other games I do on normals. I'm not experienced. These games I do harder because they're actually generally easier for me. I haven't played Ys. I've heard good things about those as well. I know that's a more action-oriented RPG style game. Yeah, I mean, I almost always just start on normal. If it becomes too, like, because I do like to replay games a lot. If it becomes too easy, then I'll definitely crank it up. But most of the time, I'm playing for story anyway. But that said, I have obviously I'm you know, as I'm playing through this again, I'm kind of rolling over the enemies here. I'm on a new game plus. I only brought over items and money and stuff, but I didn't bring over levels. I didn't bring over equipment. But new game plus is definitely a instance where I would consider knocking it up to a harder difficulty for sure. I can definitely see, because I've found overall that normal on these games is generally easy. That said, I'm aware that Nightmare at the very least is is a big step up. So I don't know. Can't find the maintenance cover. Oh no. Well, how are we going to open it up and take it apart? Would it be possible to cut it open? Ooh. There's a note that was included with the orbment. A Professor R. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a Professor R, would you? Must be Professor Russell. Who's Professor Russell? How do you know this guy? I don't, but I know of him. He's known as the person who brought orbital technology to Liberl in the first place. Well, he sounds like someone worth meeting. Orbments were invented by Professor Epstein, and Professor Russell was one of his disciples. 40 years ago, he brought the orbments and his knowledge back, and that's why Liberl is a technologically advanced nation. You might say that he was the father of the orbital revolution. Aha. No kidding. Yeah, Dad seems to know a lot of people. Even so, it worries me a little that you'll be letting the old handle this orbment. We have no idea what it is, really. And, I don't know. For good or ill, he's a certified genius. When he gets an idea for a new invention in his head, there's just no telling what he'll do. Much like the time when he was developing the first orbital airship. Sounds like Professor Russell is a bit of a character. Alright. There's a private workshop. Well, that's great. I know exactly where that is. So let's go find him. Ah, his granddaughter. Look who it is. Mostly going back to older series, never released Tales, Zelda, Mario, Metroid. Yeah, I've more recently been playing older games. After it's funny you should mention Tales. After Tales of Arise came out, I went back and replayed because I've been a Tales fan for like 20 years now, but I never played any of the 2D games. So I went through last year. I went through a whole thing where I did Destiny, Eternia, Fantasia, and Destiny Director's Cut, all kind of back to back. Zelda, I have yet to. I have been meaning to play A Link to the Past for the longest time, and I have Switch Online, and it's just right there. I should just do it. I just keep not doing it. That's one I've been wanting to try to do also. She's the professor's granddaughter. Tita, I've been talking with Estelle and Joshua here. I'd like for you to show them the way to your house. Okay. Let's go learn what this Black Orbman is all about. Tales of Vesperia is your favorite. That is a fairly common opinion, I think. It's, I played the Vita Tales games. I have not played them, and I want to. I've never owned a Vita. I have kind of learned about the Vita emulator. Arise is a close second and Abyss third. All strong picks. All strong picks. I think I've gotten the Vita emulator working. I haven't really tried digging into it much yet. But I do intend to play Hearts R at some point in the near future. And then Innocence, I think there's an English patch out there for it. So that's one I want to take a look at also. But, yeah, Hearts R is the only officially English released Tales game I haven't played. And I need to fix that desperately. Alright. Need to see how to get the patch on Innocence R. Yeah, I've heard, I'm not sure exactly about it. I just know that I've heard there was one in development. I think it's finished. I have to look into that too. I know they were working on a patch for Rebirth also. I don't think that one's finished. Hey, buddy. Nice to meet you. My name's Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. Actually came to get your expert opinion on... You got it. Excited to try out Destiny Director's Cut. Heard it was pretty good. That is the prevailing opinion. I am not a big fan of it. But I know that I am a minority in that regard. I know most people really, really like Destiny Director's Cut. For me, the story and characters of Tales of Destiny is just not... It's not there for me. And that kind of hampers my experience with it. But from a combat standpoint, it is very versatile, and it is one that you have a lot of freedom with. You can really get crazy combos and stuff. What the hell? Grandpa kind of goes into a trance when he's working, and he doesn't really notice what's going on around him. I think he just finished up the device he's been working on for the past few days. Really is something. Oh, he's something, all right. A little too cliche, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's early. It's an early game. Early RPG game. And it just... As much as Tales, like, really gets creative, and honestly, Destiny has potential for being creative. To me, it's just the characters are really flat, and the plot is decent at best, but comparatively with a lot of the other Tales games, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. But I know it's a popular one, and especially in Japan. I think it's the most popular one in Japan, so I'm fully aware that This new invention will actually block a biosensor orbment's detection faculties. Oh, really? It emits a unique orbital force field that deflects the energy that a biosensor sends out when it scans. Really? Yes, really. Since when do I overstate my own accomplishments? What about Eternia? I like Eternia a lot. I only played it the once. And the combat was a little janky. Not too much, but it felt old. But I really enjoyed Eternia. The characters in that game are fantastic. Farah especially, and Merity. I love them. That is one I definitely want to replay it at some point. And I've been poking around on eBay trying to find it without spending my entire savings, but that doesn't exist, so maybe someday. It's crazy because I was a fan of Tales when Symphonia came out. That's what got me into it. And you would think at the time I would have gone back and gotten the old games when they were just go to GameStop and get them, but I didn't. And I regret it every day. It's my favorite Tales game. My favorite Tales game is Symphonia. Maybe nostalgia, but I don't think so. I don't think it's totally nostalgia. I think I'm big on replay value, and Symphonia easily has the most replay value, just by virtue of all the different ways you can play through it. But I would say that Abyss is a very close second. I'm not making your coffee. I guess I am making your coffee. But the Black Orbment. Where'd they go? Who? Oh yeah, there were other people here. Murdoch sent along some fresh faces then. And so Estelle and Joshua inadvertently wound up as assistants in the experiment. After many small but relatively harmless explosions and some singeing of the eyebrows, they gave way to evening. Haha, sorry about that. Just assumed you were both new employees at the Central Factory. It's only natural that you wound up being drafted as assistants. Is it really, though? Girls can bang metal parts together too, old man. Just look at your granddaughter. Got some valuable experience. Dude, Joshua, you gotta stop being a doormat, man. How often does one get to participate in startup tests on a brand new type of orbment after all? Ha 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 ha. He called him a bright lad. That's funny, because that's his last name. Want to give up this bracer nonsense and start up in the field of orbital engineering? Not particularly. Some old fart with attention deficit issues. So I'm being paid a visit by the children of Cassius. That is quite the surprise. So you really do know her dad, huh? Yes, from way back when. I've known him since the army days, some 20 years ago. I've met him too. He had a really nice mustache, right? Well, I don't know if I'd call it nice so much as suspicious looking. But if he's known Dad for that long, it looks like we'll be safe in trusting you-know-what with Professor Russell after all. Yes, I have to agree. Huh? What are you talking about? What is it you wanted my help with? Well, here's this black orbment that they can't figure out how to open. Thought maybe you might have some kind of idea of what the hell this is. No inscribed caliber or seams. Look at that frame, too. What are you doing? Just as I thought. Here, take a look. Not even a scratch. Frame is made from some type of metal that I've never before encountered. Opening it up for a closer look is going to be quite the task, I think. How about lasers? Or gigantic buzzsaws? Can gauge orbital energy activity in real time. Alright, you are talking all kinds of languages that are not English. It'll allow us to see just what this orbment does. Okay, won't be able to draw any definitive conclusions just from measuring what kind of orbital activity is occurring, but it's a start. That should give us a major clue. Without further ado, Grandpa, shouldn't we have lunch first? Okay, I thought it was evening, though. I guess we're having lunch in the evening. Okay. Let's make some food. Abyss was pretty much the first Tales of game. Definitely has one of the best. Oh my god, absolutely. It's so good. It is so good. It's I would rank it as one of the greatest RPGs ever made, for sure. And really, like, to me, those two, Symphonia and Abyss, are number 1 and number 2. They are very close to each other, and I would say the reason that I rank Symphonia slightly higher is due to the replay value, and that's kind of it. Because they're basically equal in all other cases, and Abyss has just such outstanding character development and story. That's a really cool one to be your first, too. So I don't know if I knew about Symphonia because it was heavily marketed in the Nintendo Power magazine, which is just a very old thing to say. But I don't really remember any marketing for Legendia or for Abyss. I don't even remember how I knew they existed. Here we go. Got it on the 3DS. I didn't even know there was a 3DS port of it until like a couple years ago. That's one they really need to. We need a Abyss HD, Switch, PS5, and Xbox port. We need that shit yesterday. Oh boy. Welp. Uh-huh. Well, the good thing is the escalators can't break. They can only become stairs. But otherwise, this is very alarming. Symphonia Remaster is quite... yeah. It sure was. Honestly, you know, I think it was overblown. Because I played it. I played it on the Switch, too. And it certainly had problems, but it was far from unplayable. It was perfectly fine with a handful of known issues. The fact that those issues are still out there is unfortunate, and the fact that it was deemed okay to launch like that is also unfortunate, because it doesn't make them look very good. But, you know, as someone who has been around Tales for 20 years and knows that they just almost never port games as it is, I hate to say it, but you kind of gotta take what you can get. The hope is that the success, I would hopefully Symphonia Remastered and Vesperia Definitive Edition were successful enough to warrant more ports, but you know, I'll believe it when I see it. Just a little longer and we'll have something. Guys, there's a blackout in the entire city. You gotta stop. Terminate the experiment, buddy. You're back on. Let's see the readout. Nothing. It didn't record anything. What the hell? The only thing that kept working was the scanner on which the black orbment sat, but even that, well, it's for everything else. Got it to have it physically on the PS4, yeah. I'm lucky that I got into the series in 2004 with Symphonia, and I purchased the games physically as they came out, for the most part. Unfortunately, I don't have Destiny, Eternia, or Fantasia physical. But I've fortunately have them, and I've kept my old consoles. But it's ridiculous to expect everybody to do that. The games just need to be made available. It's everybody else does it. Every other series, every other company, everybody's doing it. They gotta get on it, man. And it drives me crazy that they bungled, because it's so long now after Arise came out, and there was an actual like wave after Arise that I haven't seen in the Tales community for a very long time, where people were actually excited about the series, and there were a lot of new people coming into the series, and they had nowhere to go with it, and they just didn't capitalize on it, and I can't fathom how that slipped through. The Orbital Shutdown Phenomenon. That feels like an important thing to keep in mind. Do you want to see Symphonia New World get a port, problems and all? Yes, agreed. Port all the games. I agree. I don't like Dawn of the New World at all. But I agree. It should be ported. It was ported to the PS3, I know that. But even still, like, PS3 games are unplayable unless you have a PS3, so it's not helping anybody sitting on the PS3 either. It's interesting, sure. It sure is, it's Professor. Here we go. Here come the consequences of my actions. Ah, Murdoch, just the man I wanted to see. Feeling is not mutual. Was it because of the battle system or other stuff? You know, honestly, I need to replay it because it's been so long. It's been 10 years? More than 10 years, maybe? I'm not even sure how long it's been. It's been a long time. I played it on the Wii. And, I mean, it feels like a cash grab, is the number one thing. I understand that they couldn't get all the people to reprise the roles. I know that. That's a union thing. I understand that. Number one, sucks that they went non-union and skipped out on that, and that's why they didn't bring back all the people. So that's kind of shitty. But that's just like surface level problem. But like the fact that there's no overworld, you go where you go based on a menu, and I don't know. It just feels like they wanted to capitalize on Symphonia's success, and they could have just had another Tales game. But I don't know. I would have to replay it to see exactly what mechanically it was that really rubbed me the wrong way. The fact that it's like a monster collector, number one, is kind of iffy, but overall that's not necessarily a problem. I actually started Tales of Grace's F on the emulator combat from my experience, quite fun. Yeah, Grace's F is interesting. From a story perspective, it's not one of my favorites, but mechanically, they went in a real interesting direction with it. And honestly, one of the things about Destiny Director's Cut is that a lot of people say, and I fully understand why they say it, it's basically 2D Grace's F. It's the Grace's F combat system in a 2D form. It's very, very similar in terms of range of motion and the way that it operates. And yeah, people who like combat mechanics always gravitate towards Grace's F, and it's because it's very, very deep. And the fact that they did that after the success of Symphonia, Abyss, and Vesperia, and they were just like, okay, we could just keep going with this, but no, instead, we're going to overhaul the entire combat system. Like, props to them for that. It was definitely a bold decision. Tales of Phantasia with its 5 different versions. Yeah. I played... Which one did I play? I think I played the PSX, a fan patch of the PSX version, which I think is considered the best version, except maybe for... I think there might be another one that might be better, but I don't know if it has a fan patch or not. GBA port is garbage. That's the... I mean, I've seen the screenshots. I know about Kangaroo. What a shame, man. It's such a shame. Morning, Tita. So, we blacked out an entire city. But we slept okay. Need that full voice edition, yeah. I mean, the good thing is, most of the games are here, and most of them are translated, and most of them are correct, and it's gotten so much better. But the old stuff, just how much content was cut out of the old stuff, it's enough to drive you crazy. Like, I didn't even realize growing up that Symphonia had voiced skits in the Japanese. Like, I just assumed they weren't voiced. And then it's like, come on. And then when I went back and played, you know, Destiny and Eternia and stuff, and find out that they had skits that were then just cut out of the game in the localizations. Just like... I believe in you, Tita. You can cook soup and not burn it. I don't know if Estelle can. She could be like a pet cheering us up whenever we're feeling down. It's kind of creepy. I played Legendia with the patch for this. I did not. I played Legendia on the PS2. I like Legendia a lot, but it's so noticeable that when you go into the second half of the game and there's just suddenly no more voice acting at all. It's very weird. Would you mind if we stop there on the way? Okay. Let's go to the Bracer Guild, and we got Tita now, so maybe we can... Actually, I think we did all the treasure chests, didn't we? Oh, let's get you souped up. The story is pretty good, yes. That, to me, the story and characters is what makes Legendia good. Combat-wise, it is a 2D Tales game. It's a 3D Tales game, but the combat is 2D. And it plays like it. And it's fine. But to me, I don't necessarily care. I kind of like the simple combat. I mean, it is what it is. It certainly could be better. But story-wise, it's very interesting. It's not something that Tales does a lot. It's a unique way, a unique direction for them, story-wise. And I played it when it first came out, and then I replayed it like 6 or 7 years later, and then I finally replayed it again like last year. And every single time I play it, I like it more. Because when it first came out, the only... I just went to the guild. Oh, I have to talk... I have to talk to her. That's what I have to do. There we go. The only thing I had to compare it to when it first came out was Symphonia, and it didn't compare well. and then Abyss came out. And then the only two things I had to compare it to were Symphonia and Abyss, and it didn't compare well. But now that I've played almost everything in the series, it compares a lot better. Like your full report, yes. Let's talk about this this black orbment that blacked out an entire city. So the orbment that was sent to Cassius in secret was in fact something dangerous. The Guild is very interested in these developments. We need to continue working with Professor Russell for the present. We'll contact you immediately. So, have I completed? I haven't completed this quest yet. Alright. Well, that's fine. What are we doing now? We need to go back to the professor. Guess your worst Tales game is either Tempest or New World. I haven't played Tempest. That's one I should play. Although I've heard that it might not be worth playing. Dawn of the New World, you could say that's my least favorite. I often just don't even acknowledge it, usually. But otherwise, my least favorite would be either probably Zestiria or Destiny. But if we're acknowledging Dawn of the New World, then yeah, Dawn of the New World. Those are the only three that I dislike, I would say. Even then, it's not even that much of a dislike. It's just, they're just not for me. Fourth floor? Nope. Nope, it was third floor. He probably told me, I just wasn't paying attention. Here he is. Another failure. Using a buzzsaw, huh? Zestiria was kind of bland. Yeah. Berseria is great. Berseria is in my top 5. I like Berseria a lot. It was absolutely an improvement on Zestiria. And I do really like, because I started playing Zestiria, and I stopped playing it. Then I played Berseria. And then a few years later, I went back and actually played through Zestiria. It was really cool to see how they tie together. It's subtle. It's not, like, necessary for the story or anything, but it's very well done. And I definitely give Zestiria props for kind of pioneering that. But, yeah. And it wasn't, it wasn't even the story and characters that bugged me about Zestiria. It was the friggin' equipment customization Norman spreadsheet shit that that just made my eyes glaze over, and I couldn't do it anymore. It's one of the few games I actually just set on easy and just didn't care and just plowed through. Couldn't be bothered. What are you working on, buddy? Trying to cut into the Black Orbment. I feel like that I know we have to do that because we have to figure out what's going on with this thing, but that feels like it's going to be a bad idea. Alright, here we go. Let's see it happen. It's a friggin' buzzsaw. Oh, and it shuts off. Do you have any buzzsaws that don't run on orbital energy? Can you just get like a saw out of the tool shed and just like go back and forth until it breaks open? Doubt it was solely made for the purpose of killing the lights. I believe that is correct, Professor Russell. But Grandpa, doesn't the effect spread like it did last night? Mm-hmm. This interference with nearby orbments seems to spread out, moving from orbment to orbment like chain lightning. Apart from Tales, what other franchises do I really like? Big on Gravity Rush. I'm big on, well, Trails I am falling into head first at this point. Zelda, I would say, for the most part. Pokemon, a lot of RPGs and that kind of stuff. Horizon. I have noticed that I don't necessarily gravitate toward big franchises, though. Like, when I try to list out, like, my favorite franchises, Tales is an easy one, Pokemon's a fairly easy one, Trails is one that's popped up. But, like, I don't know, like, I'm not necessarily super into big, long, sprawling franchises. And I think that's just coincidental. I don't know. Dragon Quest? I've never tried Dragon Quest. I've heard good things about it. That's something, dude, my list is so long. My list is so long. That is something that is on the periphery of my list. Suikoden is another one that's like, I need to get into that. Valkyrie Profile is another one I need to get into. Chrono Trigger is another one I know that's on the list. There's not enough time in the day, man. Breath of Fire has another one on the list. It was weird because, like, I consider myself old now because I'm over 30. But, like, a lot of my gaming when I was a kid was, like, N64 gaming. So I played Ocarina of Time. I played Mario Kart. I played Smash Brothers, Mario 64. A lot of that stuff. And I didn't really get heavy into like RPGs until a bit later. I don't sound 30. Yeah, I don't feel 30, but the calendar tells me. Fire is the key, huh? I think maybe 2025? I'll take that. It's called gasoline. We need things that aren't orbment powered. We need good old-fashioned, we're gonna blow this thing up. Alright, where can we get some gasoline? I'm gonna go down to the local Sunoco station. It's gonna be heavy. Alright, what are we doing? Where are we going? Let's see. I've forgotten. That's great. You look in the operations room, you could probably find... Oh, is that the... Yeah, we've got the computer, the database. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is when I was in college, I wasn't super into playing video games. I was like on a break from playing video games. Not even like on purpose, just naturally. And that would have been the friggin' time to like really dig into backlogs and stuff, because you know, you don't have anything to do. But like now, man, the streaming is some of the... I was just here. The streaming is like originally set up just so I have some scheduled game time. Where's the friggin' database? I think they're telling me, and I'm just not paying attention. 5th floor, operations room. See, they are telling me. Think about it. Orbital energy is the same kind of breakthrough in civilization as electricity was. Once it spreads, it's now common knowledge. Yeah, that's... I mean, you could almost argue that, like, electricity is kind of like our own Magitech. Except it's not magic. But, like, it's weird. Magic's a weird thing, because if it exists in the world, it has to be part of the rules of the world, right? So that makes it not necessarily magic. I don't know. There's a science to it. Consider the internet as normal when in 1999. Yeah, absolutely. There's a... I don't... What's the... There's a law, right? It's not... There's some law thing that's like the sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic or something. I haven't seen you before, so you mind telling me what business you have in here? My name's Travis. Okay, Travis, I need information. Professor Russell, uh-oh. He's not in trouble again. Debatable. Again. He's the one who developed the Capel unit. Alright, well, let's use the Capel unit. Tito, on the other hand, is an incredibly sweet girl, just an all-around good kid. Alright. Let's find the inventory on the database. Just type in some SQL code. Imagine if Russell was next to a burning fire and still be engrossed in science. It almost feels like that's what we're gonna have about to have happen. We're gonna get this dude some gasoline and a match, and I don't know that I fully trust that, but whatever will be, I guess. No sweat. I work with computers. Let's do this. Let's database this up. All right, here we go. We're gonna be a whiz at this. Orbital calculator, blah blah blah, who cares? Input search term, central factory. It's like Rita with Blastia. Yeah, absolutely. That's very apt. Alright, let's see. Establishment, I don't really care. I don't care about establishment. I don't know why. I clicked that. I don't care. Universal tech. We are looking for, it's not going to be tech, it's going to be related topics. Gasoline. Boom. A liquid derived from the purification of the naturally occurring hydrocarbon, blah, 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 blah. Just tell me where. Repository. Orbit manufacturing factory. Combustion engine. Maintenance chief Gustav. Alright. Gotta find Gustav. Seen you own some Tales of Collector's Editions. I own... No, actually, I don't think I do. I own, No, I just own the games. I own all the games physical, except for the old ones. But... Yeah, no. I generally tend not to get Collector's Editions, just because, at this point, I just don't have room. And I know that stuff's just gonna sit there and collect dust. So it's very tempting to get collector's editions of stuff, but I usually am good at training myself not to do that. Premium edition for Vesperia. That's cool. Yeah, I have, over the years, I have vastly cut down on, like, merch and stuff. I can't keep doing it. I've had to box up so much stuff. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Where is Gustav? Gustav should be at all the way down at the basement, right? He's down here. Is he down here? You're Rudy. What do you know about things? Gotta buy new shelves, cleaning the stuff is a nightmare. Yeah, I'm so bad at dusting. And I'm in an apartment, so I can't I can hang shelves on the wall, but I shouldn't. So... It's just easier. And my wallet much prefers me to not get them. So it's a win-win. Send some gasoline. There we go. Stereotypical little gasoline canister thing. Nailed it. Connects the whole facility. That's pretty cool. Just a series of tubes for sending products back and forth, but the professor completely rebuilt the system into something a lot more useful. Of course, getting all the infrastructure in place was a gigantic pain in the... Okay. It has a tendency to fireball. Well, it's funny you should say that. That's exactly what we're using it for. Alright. Let's go cause some explosions. Those villages the collect people have, yeah. Absolutely. It's very cool to have walls of merch and stuff, and like I still want to get it, but it just as the years go on, it just becomes much harder to justify. I got your gasoline, buddy. Oh, the combustion engine, that's right. I'm paying attention, I promise. I promise I'm paying attention. Where's the dude? You out here? No, he's not out here. Where's the dude? Is he... He must be upstairs. You on the ground floor? Where's Gustav? Where's Gustav? You know where Gustav is, buddy? Oh god, I don't want to have to find him. Oh god, on the airship boarding platform. I was never gonna look there. PC is my collection for older games. Sometimes it has to be, man. I don't necessarily prefer to... like, I'm a console gamer. Just because that's what I've always had, and I don't care about setting up a PC, but, like, there's so many things that aren't even available anymore, or it's just too hard to get a hold of. Where the fuck is this guy? Do you know where he is? Oh, yeah, you do, apparently. Looking for Gustav. It's not here. What do you mean? Went to Leiston Fortress 2 or 3 days ago. He ain't back yet? Alright, can we, like... Oh, okay. He's... Oh, well. Welp. What do I think of Cold Steel? So I have played 1 and 2. I'm, like... maybe halfway through Chapter 3 of Cold Steel 3. Comparatively, I generally like the Crossbell games and Sky's second chapter the most. Cold Steel 1 and 2, I don't dislike them. I would say they're probably my least favorites. Just, I don't know. They didn't hit the same. Cold Steel 3, on the other hand, has been, like, balls to the wall from the start. So I'm interested in where the rest of it's going. I can definitely see Cold Steel 3 being fantastic, just because it's so massive and all-encompassing. And it's just, they're going hard real early. I generally think that 1 and 2 are considered not as good as the rest, and I can kind of understand why. I don't think I dislike them to the degree that I've seen people dislike them, though. But I definitely can see that the bonding system is getting a little out of control. And, I don't mind that they keep adding new stuff to the combat, but it feels unnecessary sometimes. But the story, well, the story as a whole is, they're pretty slow games. I mean, they're all slow games, though. Cold Steel 2 is considered the black sheep of the series. I actually liked Cold Steel 2 better than Cold Steel 1, for sure. And that, I knew going in that Cold Steel 2 was the one that people disliked the most. And I was kind of expecting that. I definitely thought it was more interesting than Cold Steel 1. Cold Steel 1, I think, was too... I'm gonna say formulaic. That may not be the right word. I don't know. It was... It was fine. But I can see... I hate comparing games to, like, dating sims. I don't want to do that because I don't think that's fair. But I can see a comparison there that I think is not to my taste. And I feel like since then it's been a lot better with 2 and 3. It's just, I don't know, it's just like the school setting, and it almost had like a life sim aspect to it, which is fine, but that's not what I like the most. I like more traditional style RPGs, probably the school setting. I think, possibly. That being said, like, I absolutely adore Fire Emblem Three Houses, for example. Like, that game I love. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So, I don't necessarily think it's just the setting. And I think there's a lot of overlap in between those two games in terms of, like, you know, running around a school, getting involved with all your peers and stuff, and, you know, but I don't know. I think it was just that it was such a stark difference from the rest of the other games. And I think Cold Steel 2 kind of felt more like the older games in terms of how the story progressed. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not really sure. We could play the Fire Emblem games. Yeah, those, I've played a handful of them. I cannot profess to be a Fire Emblem like expert or anything. I've played Three Houses, Engage, Awakening, and Echoes. I own Fates. I just haven't played it. One of these days, I'm going to do that at some point. And I'm looking forward to the one that's going to be on the Nintendo Switch Online. Fates is going to be an interesting one. I've heard the opinions about it for sure. I mean, I know it's mixed. I know a lot of people really do like it, and a lot of people really don't like it. But we'll see. All right, let's see if we blow something up here. Heard Echoes is really good. Echoes is interesting. I never played the original. I never played Gaiden. That's before my time, actually. I'm old. I'm not quite that old. And I've never played it like emulated or anything. But it was good. When I first played it, it was Three Houses was my first Fire Emblem, and then I played Echoes directly after that. And comparatively, it's not even close. But it is good. Three Houses is very different from the standard Fire Emblem formula. And Echoes... The biggest problem with Echoes is that the maps are kind of bland. But otherwise, it's definitely interesting. Here we go. Here we go. Tiny scratch is faintly visible. We scratched it. We fucking scratched it. That's it? Alright. What the hell is this thing? Alright, Murdoch. What you got for me? What you got for me, Murdoch? You got some advice here, because we're about to go through 100 saw blades, and this feels like a really inefficient way to do this. Orbital-powered pump that supplies the hot water for their spa has broken down. Well, it sounds like there is now actual bracer work to be done. Sky Second Chapter took me over 100 hours. It took me over 100 hours as well. Soundtrack... Sky Second Chapter, it's... As of right now, it's my favorite of the series. And I just think it was... It couldn't exist without First Chapter. It wouldn't have been what it is without all the build-up from this game here. But it is such a satisfying payoff. And yeah, the music is great. Just the scope of the game is great. It's got like 10 chapters or something in it. And it's so good. I love it. There are monsters on the roads. Well, it's a good thing we're bracers. This guy, first chapter walks, the second chapter could run. And I feel like that is a very common thing with this series from what I've seen so far. You have, not counting Sky the Third, you have basically pairs of games, right? There's Sky First Chapter, Sky Second Chapter, you have Zero and Azure, you have Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2, and then I'm assuming it's going to be similar with Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4, where you have the first game does a ton of legwork to set up a whole bunch of things, and then the second game comes in and then just finishes all of it off. And in that sense, the second game's always going to be more satisfying than the first game, because you're getting all the payoff. And the first games of the pairing is kind of I'm gonna say a slog. It's not necessarily a slog, but you're going through a lot of the build-up. And there's Reverie. I'm so excited. My goal originally was to get to the point where when Reverie came out, I could just start playing it. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think I have enough time to get through half of Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4 before Reverie comes out. I do have it pre-ordered, but I'm looking forward to it. I've only heard good things. I hear everybody who's played it has said it's, like, mind-blowing. So, I am so excited for that. Alright, so we have finished Black Orbment Moan. We're getting to Elmo Pump Repair. I believe this is the time where we want to make some detours, I think. Since we have finished a main quest chapter, and we have yet to start a main quest, the next main quest chapter, I think we need to check the bulletin board for new quests, and I think some hidden quests might be available now. It's like 50 characters worth of min-maxing. Yeah, I don't even know how it's going to play. I don't know who the main character is. Thanks for the follow, Mystery Synergy. Appreciate it. I don't know who the main character is, or if it's just a group of 50 people the whole time. Like, is it gonna be Trails in the Sky the Third on steroids? Because, like, 16 characters was enough to juggle. I don't know. But it's gonna be wild, I'm sure. Because it's like they say, what I heard before I got into the games was that, like, Cold Steel 3 and 4 was basically Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame. It's like, everybody's here. But then with Reverie, it's like, no, but actually everybody's here, even all the people you forgot about. It's like 3 routes. Good to know. That's gonna be interesting. I can only imagine it's gonna be a 100-hour plus experience. I'm very excited. Alright, so we've got product testing. A ferocious monster known as Mercury Viper has been spotted roving. Here we go. Okay. Tester for new sneaker model wanted. Okay, bracers involved. Great. I would like to test sneakers. That sounds fantastic. I want as fast. Yeah. I don't think there hasn't been any, like, kind of announcement or anything for that, as far as I'm aware, right? We're just kind of sitting in limbo, with the assumption that, like, the fact that they finally gave us the Crossbell games and Reverie, the hope is that it's going to be faster than it used to be. But I can't really talk to that because I'm so new to this series. I don't understand the wait like most fans have been suffering through. But what are we looking for here? Haulage vehicle headed to the Wolf Fort hasn't arrived yet. Potent ingredient. What are we looking for here? Blah 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 blah. 4 gold bar. Okay. Smokers Revolt. Someone's filched some cigarettes. Ritter Road Monster. Okay, so let's go to the Ritter Road Monster because I know how to hit things with a stick. Nice and good. And I can do that kind of mindlessly. That's not the way. And then we'll take some stock. I think this is not the way to Wolf Fort. I want to go to Wolf Fort for sure. Because I'm pretty sure there's some hidden stuff there. At least I think I remember there being hidden stuff there. Sky Third came out in 2017, almost 10 years later. Yeah, that's... I definitely do not know the struggle. I was not there for the struggle. And I know it's a struggle. I know it's been a struggle. So... I can appreciate it, but I can only say I appreciate it, because I truly don't know. What are we looking at here? What are you... No, not that. What are you weak against? You are weak at... You are... Okay, you're just kind of regular. Well, oh, we got Aerostorm. Let's go for Aerostorm. Look at that. The big, scary magic costs 30 EP. 30 whole EP. Sky the Third would say I have his favorite soundtrack. I don't remember how much different it is. I know that there's some specific, like, Kevin-related stuff. I mean, streaming is the whole idea is I'm gonna be replaying all these games anyway, so it's gonna be interesting to, like, pick up on stuff I either missed or just didn't remember, didn't pay enough attention to. So that'll be good. You just attack, honestly. You got enough AoE there. There we go.
Good to go.
Beautiful. Hell yeah. That was not difficult at all. That was like right out the gate. I didn't have to struggle to find that at all. Okay. That one's done. Swell. Reward, please. Where the fuck is the guild? There it is. There's the guild. Alright. Ritter Road Monster. Okay. What else is on the list? We got Smoker's Revolt. Please find the dirty crook who did this. Looking for power ingredient. Cause a forgeable bar. Okay, this is also in the thing. Alright, let's go to... Like the enemies to meet. Tita would like the enemies to meet their doom. Tita is so funny. She's so funny. I always get a kick out of the tiny girl with the big gun. It's such a funny thing. Like Tales of Vesperia, I love Patty. Just for the sheer like who gave this 6-year-old a gun. That's the archives. That's not where I want to go. I really should pay attention to what floor things are on. I really should. It saves so much time. You're the one. You're the one who wants to smoke. Alright. I certainly can start my investigation to find your cigarettes. Say if you like modern use games to start off with, it would be 8. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. It's on the list. I think that one's probably higher on the list, mostly because I know it's from the same company as Trails, and I've gotten a good impression of Trails. So that gives a little bit of favor. Oath and Felghana, good to know for an older experience. I will add that to the list as well. First suggestion would be Supervisor Travis from Operations. Oh, fucking Travis. Did he pilfer the cigarettes? Alright. We'll find him. This is always up to... Always. Always. Every damn day. I knew I remembered it. I knew it. I knew it right there. I don't remember what that means in cat, though. Do you still have the book? Alright, can we take the cat with us? Bring some fresh milk. I hope we have fresh milk. You gonna follow me? I got milk? I got fresh milk. Here you go. Nummy nummies. So cool about the series, even the cat phrases have meaning, yeah. Alright, so he's with us. I don't know if I can talk to him, but he says something, and then I can look at the book as to translate whatever the fuck he's saying. So he can tell me where the cigarette thing is. Tell me I can see the book. We got a book. Kitty Talk for Dummies, here we go. This way. Nya go. That was... And then Nya go is hold up. Well, what does he say now? I can't talk to him now. What did he say? You gotta talk. Alright, well, let's go to the first floor. break up this meeting. Come on, Travis. Surrender the smokes. Are you Travis? You're Dodge. Where the fuck is Travis? No, we're not going. We're not going, Tita. Not yet. We have things to do. Yeah, okay. Where was he, though? I missed it. Cold Steel 3 has over 1 million lines of dialogue. I believe it. There is so much text. I was playing last night, and it was like, I don't know, 10 of 10 or something, and I finished chapter 2, and the cutscene after that started, and I don't think I got to a point where I could, like, control the character again until, like, 20 of 11. It was like a 40-minute cutscene, which is fine, like, that doesn't bother me, but, like, that's insane. Give me sneakers. My schedules do allow for it. I'm looking for cigarettes right now, but she doesn't need to know that I'm doing other things also. I will test these sneakers. He's still on cutscenes and get into visual novels. Yeah, that's all cutscenes. Yeah, I mean, it comes with the territory with JRPGs generally, and I'm fine with that. I'm all about story. I am not well versed in visual novels. I've played like 1 or 2, and they're good. Like, I have no problem with them. I just, again, there's just so many things, and then they tend to get buried on the list. The list keeps getting bigger. Oh, great Adios, thank you for bestowing upon me, us, this magnificent job. Yeah, she's a sneakerhead. Alright, we got some sneaker work to do. What are we doing? What are we testing them? Wear the shoes everywhere we go. That's totally fine. I'm gonna be walking around a lot. Let's see if we can wear them out, huh? Alright, let's get them nice and equipped. Doot doot doot. Alpha Stragas. There we go. Gonna test out these shoes. Alright, where the frick is Travis? Where is Travis? Where you at, buddy? That's not Travis. And you guys know where Travis is? This quest involves going back to a region. Back a region to the gate as well for extra points. Yeah, I originally played this game without a guide. And then I learned that that is not advised. I generally play with a guide now. Probably since like Sky the Third. Just because there's just no way. You just can't, there's no way you're gonna know stuff. There's so many things. I don't mind that. I don't mind there being hidden stuff and being like things that you just kind of have to stumble into. The problem is there's so many. Yeah, I use exactly. I like to get all the content. The problem specifically with Trails that I've noticed is that the windows for things are so tiny. There's so many things that you don't even like know that you need to do. Until it's already too late to do them. I think it's this guy. Looks like we found him. Did you steal the smokes? Looking for cigarettes. Would you mind if we search the room? Doot 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 doot. Doot 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 doot. Uh-oh, we got a locked door. Back then I didn't do it because I didn't get the internet until 2016. All Tales games are infamous. Yes, they very much are. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't really use guides. I actually used to buy, like, the actual physical strategy guides when I was a kid. Because, like, as a 9-year-old playing Zelda, I'm not gonna know what I'm doing. But as you get older, it's like, okay, well, I shouldn't need to use a guide anymore. I'm gonna go in there. But I don't know, man. Some of these games are so friggin' big and unwieldy. And if you want to get all the content out of them, sometimes you just gotta look it up. He stole the cigs. Use them for extra collectibles. Yeah, I don't like to spoil the game, for sure. That's typically what I do, is it's like, alright, let me just see, is there anything here that I can miss? And if I can miss it, then I want to make sure I know what to do to not miss it. Otherwise, you know, I don't necessarily need a guide to tell me how to fight a boss or something. I'm just looking for stuff that I don't want to miss. But, yeah, you know, at this point, I wanna suck all the content out of every game I play, for the most part. So, sometimes you just gotta know what you need to do. Is it the stress of dealing with Professor Russell, maybe? We had that horrible power outage. I've heard no end of complaints from the townsfolk. Yeah, so yeah, it's Professor Russell. Mr. Murdoch, I'm sorry, this is all because of what Grandpa and I did. No, Tita, you haven't done anything wrong, so you don't have to apologize. Tales of Arise fixed the issue. Yeah, I mean, I'm up and down with, like, quest logs and marking everything on the map. There's certainly value in that, and I understand that it's mostly, like, anti-frustration stuff. I do kind of miss the ability to just stumble into stuff, though. But all said and done, I don't mind having, like, everything on the map and stuff. That's a little bit of old school brain in me. It's just like, hey, no, hide stuff, and then the satisfaction of finding things is really high, and that's true. But like, also, you got to assume most people are not going to replay games over and over again, and if they want to get everything out of a single game in a single playthrough, then you got to make it available. We sure did handle the case brilliantly. There we go. Alright, what else we got? We got one in the bar, right? We've got this. Potent ingredient. So I'm gonna go to the Forgel bar. Forgel, something bar. Looking for a potent ingredient. Tried to play the first ever Zelda game. Swear it's quite the annoyance. I don't get like that often. That is so much a product of its time. I played that game when I was, oh god, I don't even know how old I was when I played that. Because we had, my parents had an NES. And my mom actually knew that game incredibly well. And so I played that game. It was one of the earliest video games I probably ever played. That and Super Mario Brothers. But yeah, oh my god. If I didn't have somebody sitting behind me telling me where to go, I would have no idea where the fuck to go. Are you the guy? Who's the guy? Who am I? Is it you? Who am I talking to here? Ben. Oh, please do not seek me out. I can read. I know how to read. I promise. Looking for a powerful ingredient to be used in new menu items currently under consideration at the Forgle Bar. Do you want the acerbic tomato? Is that what you want? I can't remember. We'll come back to that one. What's the haulage vehicle? Let's take a look at this. Headed to Wolf Fort. Hasn't arrived yet. Was supposed to arrive ages ago. Can't remember what was my first ever game. I think it was a Sonic game. Yeah, I never played Sonic. I never had any of the Sega systems, and then after that, I never got like into it. Like as a kid, it never hooked me, or it never had a chance to hook me. And then, like now, I don't know. Again, the list. How big is the list? One of these days, maybe. But yeah, that's one of the games I just kind of missed. Which way's Wolf Fort? This way? Which way's home? I don't remember. Where am I? How do I get anywhere? I hate the trap planes. They're so big and sprawling. Where are we going? We're going this way. This is the way to Wolf Fort. Here we go. We follow the path. That's what we do. That's what we do. We follow the path. And the vehicle should be around somewhere. Probably. We're looking for a vehicle. Aha! Found you. Guessing it's broken. Sure looks broken to me. What's up with you two? We are Junior Bracers. We are here to be heroes. Do some heroing. Game took me the longest to beat. Well, in a single playthrough? That's a good question. I mean, there's a case to be made for like Ocarina of Time because I was 9 when I played it, and I probably just spent hours running around doing no progression whatsoever. So that's a possibility. But I would say probably it could be Sky Second Chapter. That was a 100+ hour playthrough. Could be Horizon Forbidden West. That was a 100+ hour playthrough. I mean, also, like, Animal Crossing, because that's, like, 2,000 hours, but it doesn't ever end, so that kind of, I don't really necessarily count that. Yeah, I would say if I had to guess, it'd probably be Horizon Forbidden West. Because I think Sky Second Chapter had, turbo mode, inflating my playtime a little bit. But Horizon Forbidden West, main game plus DLC, is like well over 120 hours. Never got into Animal Crossing. it's certainly you either like it or you don't like it. It's certainly not for everybody. And I played the original Animal Crossing back in the old days when I was a kid. And then I didn't play Animal Crossing until New Horizons came out, and I played New Horizons because everybody played New Horizons because there was nothing else to do with the pandemic. And at this point, I still check in every day, just about, for like maybe 10-15 minutes a day. But I've kind of stopped, like, actively doing things with it. Uh-oh. There's monsters. But one of the things that I always really liked growing up was RPG Maker. And there's a lot of overlap with, specifically with Animal Crossing New Horizons, that kind of blends in with what I liked about RPG Maker, like the map building and like object placement and stuff like that. It was kind of an interesting overlap there. So that kind of got me interested as well. All right, what are we doing here? Let's do big spinny stick stuff, and then maybe some of this. Can I? There we go. Hell yeah. They're all too spread apart now. Smoke cannon, does that do damage, or does that just blind them? I think it does damage. Let's see what happens. Should just say prepare to meet your doom. Alright. This is a perfect opportunity for some of this. And then we will heal myself. That wasn't very much. Yikes. She wants them to meet their doom. She sure does. She sure does. I want to meet the person responsible for giving this 6-year-old a gun. I know she's not 6, she's like 12 or something, but still. We sure did. We sure did. Should be all of them. And no casualties. What comes next? We gotta rebuild it, right? We gotta get it all fixed. Change out the parts. Prometheus. I know who Prometheus is. I've talked to him a few times. I know where he is. He's on, like, the 3rd floor or something. Alright, you guys sit tight. I will do the heavy lifting for you. Because I am a hero. And that's what I do. I do heroing. Alright. I don't even know where I live now. Where the fuck am I? I think this way takes me back. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. Rude. So rude.
That's that then.
So rude. Alright. I did the thing. I know we've got a hidden quest over there. As regards fixing up this vehicle. Let's go ahead and get a little rest. Oops. 120, that's expensive. It's a good thing I brought over all my money for my New Game Plus playthrough. Where am I going? Here we go. Alright, Prometheus. Talk to me, buddy. Talk to me, buddy. Vehicular Orbital Engine. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. That was years long past. Okay. Switch duties. Alright, well, who's the new guy? You don't even know who I'm supposed to talk to. Jeez. Well, that's ass. Alright, well, we need to get some other information. I guess we gotta go back to the database. Alright, we're up to 5th floor. And then let's check out the... Yeah, I know. We want haulage vehicle. Underground factory entrance. Alright. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully there won't be any more complications. Anybody down here? You. Superior's kind of peeved at me, my very beautiful superior. Oh dear. Looking for a small orbital engine. Gotta fix a truck thing. Alright, what you got for me, buddy? Gonna be the hero of the day? Hell yeah. Got myself a drive orbment. Alright. So here we go. We are gonna go ahead and get this over to them. And then, I think we'll probably go ahead and wrap at that point. Got a lot done today, man. A lot of odd jobs. Barely did any story. I mean, we did some significant story, actually. Like, a significant thing in the story, but that was kind of it. That's not where we need to go. We got a black orbment that caused a fucking blackout of the entire city. Which feels, like, important. That feels kind of monumental, you know? Feels like that's going to be relevant to things. There's definitely something going on with this black orbment. Alright. But we still don't really know what it is yet. Hopefully, we'll get some answers. But in the meantime, we still gotta do heroing, so... I don't remember where they are. I don't remember where they are. They're somewhere in here. That's a shining palm. Well, we encountered them, though. What the fuck are these guys, man? Oof. Trap planes. There they are. Hey, guys. I got you your thing. Alright. Saving the day like you do. Young enough to still be going to Sunday school, but you're amazing with machines. That's called child labor. There we go. Look at all that fixing we did. We did so much fixing and so much heroing. Now I have to find my way back to Zeiss again. I think it's this way. Alright, as hidden quests go, I think we've, like, nailed pretty much all of them. There might be one more that I need to double check. But I think for the most part, we've kind of toppled them. Which is good. Ow. There you go, Tita. Get that level up. Alright. Let's turn in some quests. Still third class. Alright. So we've got product testing we still gotta do, and we've got potent ingredient we still gotta do. So we'll deal with those next time. So I think this is a pretty good spot to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching, whether you're watching live here on Twitch, or after the fact on the Twitch VODs, or after the fact on the YouTube VODs, however you're watching. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. So, Black Orbment seems to, like, nullify other orbments, and also it seems to nullify artifacts, too, which, you know, talk about that. Like, that happened in Ruin. So that seems to be interesting, and we need to find out more about it, and we need to, you know, try to break it open, and that doesn't seem to be working very well. But in the meantime, we have a crisis in Elmo Village, so we got to deal with that. But we also have hidden quests, and we also have heroing to do. So a Bracer's work is never done, but we are going to continue with the adventures of the Bracers whose work is never done on Thursday, which is... what is it? I don't know. It's the 22nd. It is the 22nd. Thursday the 22nd. 7 p.m. Eastern Time until about 9:30-ish. And we will continue the story of Estelle and Joshua and this small child with an orbital cannon. So I hope you're excited for that. I know I am. I will see you then.